Gurdeep, what's been going on there? Throughout the day, we've been chatting. I think this is about our fourth time to do this. And each time I see behind you one or two more pedestrians. Now there's a car.
Yeah, that's right. Things are picking up here just a little bit, Dan, but not really. You know what? There has been more police that I've seen and spoken to here today than pedestrians. Now, I did have the chance to speak to a police officer earlier as well, Dan, and in terms of the upcoming protest that we are anticipating for 1 o'clock, they did tell me that their goal is to keep the protest nonviolent, contain the crowds. However, force would be used if necessary. Now, there isn't really a black and white rule when it comes to what necessitates police force against a protester. It's sort of a common sense rule that the police are going to be using if they deem a protester dangerous or a situation potentially unsafe.
I have the right to protest, as we all have.
One by one, they were escorted out of a student residence building on Bancroft Avenue. The building belongs to the University of Toronto. About 70 people were arrested in there this morning. They had items police call suspicious.
Currently, items seized have been bottles with unknown substances, black clothing.
I don't know why I'm being arrested. Back up. I was sleeping right there. Back up. We cannot protest peacefully.
We did nothing wrong. We rushed into the house. It took me by the neck.
We're just sleeping.
Kicked me in the face.
Back up.
From what I'm hearing, though police wouldn't confirm this, upwards of 10,000 people potentially expected at this labor protest. It's starting at Queen's Park, as you mentioned. It heads south from there down University Avenue. And then once it hits Queen Street, which our building, 299 Queen West, where CP24 is located, it heads west on Queen Street. We're at Blue Jays in Wellington. That's about 4 major intersections south of that scheduled protesting route.
Don't shed no more tears.
They came together in the thousands, groups from all over the country, all with different causes, but one message: abolish the G20. The police presence was heavy where the crowd gathered at Allen Gardens, as it's been all week. What was new today were random checks of people's bags and taking away various possessions, from gas masks to signs.
Shouldn't have to have the police going through their date books and their tampons, etc., etc.
This is a ban. This is our democratic right to express our beliefs.
We have common law powers of search, and if there's an incident where we believe that a person is acting in a suspicious nature, obviously it gives us reason to search them, or if they have a weapon on them, obviously, again, that gives us reason to search.
They have given us war. We're looking to give them war back.
The protest began peacefully. The thousands marched through the streets of Toronto as onlookers watched on. They went along Carlton past Yonge, and that's when the trouble started. Toronto police donned their riot helmets. This man resisted police and was tackled to the ground and arrested. The crowd was not happy. It's clear with just hours until the world leaders descend on Toronto, things are heating up.
Well, Ken, as we showed you before, thousands of people were involved and are still involved in that march. It actually, as we last heard, was heading down University and along Elm. Their goal is to go south. That's what we've been told. And here are live pictures from that protest right now. As you can see, police are in full riot gear right now. As we mentioned, the security fence has been closed around the Metro Toronto Convention Centre. They had every intention of doing that tonight, but they've closed it because of security concerns. We're showing you these live pictures of police walking down the street in their full riot gear. It was a very peaceful protest for a while. Everything started around 2:30 this afternoon when thousands of people from various groups, including poverty groups and women's rights groups, gathered at Allen Gardens. And they gathered there because they had a very strong message for the G20 leaders.
King and Bay, the black bloc, seemingly oblivious to the riot police as they burn one police car and smash another. It all happens in just seconds. Groups of youth dressed head to toe in black ran through the city streets.
On the left of your screen, a police officer dodges flying rocks and sticks as mayhem erupts around him. Violence has turned Toronto's financial district, Bay and King, into a dangerous riot zone. Here at Bay and King, police have lost all control. We're in the heart of the financial district. A police car has just been torched. Police watch helplessly as their cruisers burn in the intersection. Multiple explosions can be heard. Here, a Scotiabank is trashed. We watch as a Starbucks is destroyed.
Yeah, I gotta try to make the rest or something. Yeah, they're done that square. Heads up, heads up.
These are live pictures that you're looking at right now. CTV's John Musselman standing by. As you can see, the violence continues. Minor explosion there as there is a fire. So this sort of thing has been going on in different pockets. I can't tell for sure, but it does look like the colors of a Toronto police vehicle. In fact, it is. So this is perhaps the 5th police vehicle that we've seen vandalized and torched through the afternoon. CTV's John Musselman standing by there now. John?
I don't know if you just heard, there's another explosion in the Toronto police car. The Toronto police car is on fire. I'm just watching it burn. And as you can see, the smoke just keeps rising. It's fully engulfed now. No signs of any sirens yet from the fire department. You can see there, the riot gear is pushing everyone back now. They're taking control of this situation at the moment, but people aren't backing up that far. They seem ready to stick around. They're actually walking. There's another quick pop from the car. Now it appears to me the dynamic of this crowd might be changing. I think nobody here is really upset that this has happened. In fact, as you heard, they're cheering and clapping. I don't know what we're really dealing with here, but as you can see...
Go down to the streets of Toronto. CTV's Lisa Laflamme is on the phone. She is joining us now with a look at the situation there. Lisa, what's happening?
Well, right now there are mass arrests unfolding at the corner of Spadina and Queen Street. This, of course, is where the hundreds of protesters ended up. And they ended up being penned in by police. Nobody came on a loudspeaker to say to anybody, if you don't want to be arrested, move this way. We were indeed penned into that corner. And in fact, they've just started picking people out and just grabbing people and slapping the plastic cuffs on them. And now I'm looking at literally a line of what looks to me like 100 people who have their faces to a wall, and they are being questioned, filled out a form, having their backpacks checked, everything being put in huge Ziploc bags, and then they get their photograph taken. They get an identification number that is just quickly drawn on a chalkboard, put in front of their face, and thrown into a courthouse armored vehicle to be taken to, I'm assuming, the prisoner processing center where we were earlier in the day.
Mass arrests at the G20 jail. Fear and confusion as police surge.
Rubber bullets!
A peaceful protest turns chaotic very quickly. Over 500 taken in so far.
They were doing catch and release is what they called it. This is an example of good, hard, diligent police work.
Preemptive strikes get dozens out of bed.
I don't know why I'm being arrested.
Back up.
As the summit closes and the leaders depart, our streets stay tense.
Clear Eastern Avenue. We will continue the releases.
Special coverage tonight, the G20 in Toronto.